Hi everyone, welcome to another video where we discuss CR passages. So if you've read this passage already, it is talking about section 66A of the IT Act, and the passage is basically dealing with how it is declared unconstitutional. Okay, but in reality it is still being practiced. How? It is still being invoked, यानी कि पुलिस और ट्रायल कोर्ट्स दोनों इसको एज एन एक्टिव लॉ ट्रीट कर रहे हैं, वेर एज इन रियलिटी ये बिल अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल यानी आउट ऑफ एक्शन ऑलरेडी है. ठीक है. एंड द पॉइंट द पैसेज इज ट्राइंग टू पुट इज कि ये एक बहुत ही वियर्ड चीज़ है इन इंडियन लॉ, बिकॉज दिस डज नॉट हैपन ऑफन. अगर ये एक डेली चीज़ होती तो इट वुडंट हैव बीन deemed by the court as a shocking state of affairs. That means यहाँ से you have to infer कि it is a new thing, it is a very weird thing to happen with Indian law. Then when we read in the next line from here on, ये section 66A को basically explain कर रहा है. This line says कि under this section which is now unconstitutional, which should not be invoked but still is, this what does this section do? ये जो है messages को जो ऑफेंसिव या मेनेसिंग लगते हैं, मेनेसिंग यानी हार्मफुल या डिस्टर्बिंग टू पीपल, थ्रेटनिंग टू पीपल, जो सिर्फ, अब ध्यान देना इस फ्रेज पर, डीम्ड बाय द पुलिस, मतलब पुलिस खुद से ये इस कंक्लूजन पे आ सकती है दैट इफ अ मैसेज टू देम, टू द ऑफिसर्स, इफ दे फील, इफ दोज मैसेजेस फील लाइक ऑफेंसिव और मेनेसिंग or they cause annoyance, then they can be declared as a criminal offense. Those people can be booked under criminal laws just on the fact that the police deem it to be annoying. Okay. And another important fact कि ये जो messages हैं ये कंप्यूटर या कंप्यूटर रिसोर्स से सेंड होने चाहिए, यानी any physical format of these messages और in person ये messages फॉरवर्ड करना या आपस में कोई कॉन्वर्जेशन हो रही है, दैट डज नॉट कम अंडर सेक्शन 66A. देन इसका प्रिजन टर्म दिया है कि अगर आप इसके अंडर बुक होते हो तो यू गेट 3 years ऑफ कन्विक्शन. तो इसकी ग्रेविटी बता दी कि जस्ट पुटिंग सो मच फोकस ऑन पुलिस ऑफिसर्स एंड देम डीमिंग दोज मैसेजेस टू बी अनोइंग कैन लैंड यू अप इन जेल फॉर 3 years. राइट. तो ये इस पैसेज का ग्रेविटी बता रहा है कि why this offense is being talked about here. Then the author goes on to tell us कि एक landmark judgment था of 2015 श्रेया सिंघल, wherein इस provision को vague prove किया गया था. right? vague prove किया गया था और बोला गया था कि it violates free speech, article 19 of the Constitution of India, and therefore क्योंकि ये free speech को violate करता है और एक रीजनेबल रिस्ट्रिक्शन जो कि फंडामेंटल राइट्स पर लगना जायज़ है उनमें भी नहीं फॉल करता, तो दैट मीन्स दिस सेक्शन वाज इंडीड वेरी वेरी अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल एंड इट वाज प्रूवन एंड द लैंडमार्क जजमेंट नाउ प्रिवेल्स ओवर सेक्शन 66A. ये इसने फर्स्ट फैक्ट दिया टुवर्ड्स बाय दिस सेक्शन इज अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल राइट नाउ. सेकेंड फैक्ट इसने दिया बाय प्रोवाइडिंग जैन 2019 में, जब कोर्ट ने सेम प्रॉब्लम पे वापस अटेंशन फोकस किया एंड बताया कि ये इनवैलिडेटेड प्रोविजन सेक्शन 66A इज स्टिल बीइंग यूज्ड बाय पुलिस टू रजिस्टर केसेस. यानी 2015 में कोई लैंडमार्क जजमेंट आया था, उसके 4 साल बाद भी दिस केस वाज यूज्ड बाय पुलिस टू रजिस्टर केसेस. राइट. अभी look at this line, not much seems to have changed since then. अब क्योंकि ये 2021 के एडिटोरियल से है, that means 2021 में, since 2015 to 2021, 6 years later, nothing seems to have changed, and it is quite surprising. Now देखो, अभी तक the author has continuously told us कि ये surprising है, ये shocking है, ये disconcerting है, this is unsettling कि ये इतना बड़ा सेक्शन यूज हो रहा है आफ्टर इट बीइंग रिमूव्ड फ्रॉम द वर्किंग. नाउ अब सरप्राइजिंग क्या बात है कि पुलिस हेडक्वार्टर्स एंड प्रोसिक्यूटर्स ने ये बात डिसेमिनेट नहीं करी. डिसेमिनेट यानी ये बात स्प्रेड नहीं करी, ये न्यू इन्फॉर्मेशन कि इट्स बीन स्ट्रक डाउन, ये उन्होंने स्प्रेड नहीं किया टू द officers that are manning the police stations, the officers who sit at their benches and take FIRs. अगर आप ground level पे, if you don't inform them of the new judgments, what will happen? They'll keep on using the same old laws because they are not informed about it. This is what you have to infer from this line, right? Then let's read from here. We have covered a huge portion of the passage. I think one half is left to go. There were also instances of court framing charges under section 66A even after lawyers had cited 2015. This is another supporting fact. उसी बात को reiterate कर रहा है ये. Then PUCL, जो ऊपर जिस organization की बात हुई, that organization said कि as many as 745 cases are still pending. Now ये line इसलिए important है क्योंकि ऐसी lines से inference questions बनते हैं. Now read this line कि this organization has said कि 745 cases are still pending. अगर ये 745 cases अगर huge number नहीं होता, अगर this did not add to the passage, तो ये point out ही क्यों किया जाता? That means इस line से you have to infer कि 745 cases is a huge number and that is also adding to the surprising and shocking state of affairs. ठीक है? Then यहाँ से टोन बदलती है पैसेज की. नाउ द पैसेज मूव्स ऑन टू टॉकिंग अबाउट व्हाई एंड हाउ दिस instances with police officers not knowing the fact and still booking people under it is happening. Now it is not difficult to surmise. मतलब ये आप बहुत दूर का नहीं सोच रहे अगर if you are assuming कि police officers जो complaints और FIRs ले रहे हैं on 66A वो या तो judgment से अवेयर नहीं है या तो उन्हें जजमेंट के बारे में नहीं पता है. दे स्टिल नो कि 66A इज स्टिल इन एक्शन. तो या तो ये है, बट यू कैन नॉट रूल आउट. बट द ऑथर इज सेइंग कि सिर्फ उनकी इनोसेंस पे फोकस मत करो. इट कैन हैपन. यू कैन नॉट रूल आउट. इट can happen कि it's being invoked deliberately as a tool of harassment. तो यहाँ पे the author is giving two options कि या तो those officers do not know and they are not informed, but the second part is they might know about it but they are playing dumb. They are thinking कि हम इसे as a tool of harassment use करेंगे. We'll just file bogus FIRs on the assumption कि हमें ये law नहीं पता है. But इसका एक जस्टिफिकेशन ऑथर इज गिविंग कि इग्नोरेंस ऑफ लॉ एक्सक्यूज नहीं है इंडिया में. यू मस्ट हैव स्टडीड इन योर लीगल एप्टीट्यूड क्लासेस दैट इग्नोरेंस ऑफ लॉ एक्सक्यूज नहीं है एंड देयरफॉर पुलिस ऑफिसर्स को आप एक्सक्यूज नहीं कर सकते ऑन द प्लेन ग्राउंड कि उन्हें लॉ नहीं पता था. राइट नाउ टिल हियर वी अंडरस्टूड. नाउ द ऑथर कंप्लीटली चेंजेस द कोर्स. उसने 66A को पीछे छोड़ दिया. नाउ ही इज टॉकिंग अबाउट defamation and section 500 of IPC. अब इसने ये जो change किया वो इसलिए किया क्योंकि he is trying to put away focus from just one section and telling us कि एक section की बात नहीं है. There's one more. There's defamation जहाँ पे police officers are booking people just on the basis of defamation, wherein 500 बोलता है कि defamation सिर्फ private complaint से ही हो सकता है, FIR से नहीं. But पुलिस इन उत्तर प्रदेश आर बुकिंग पीपल यानी FIR कोई भी कंप्लेन लेके आए दे बुकिंग पीपल ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दैट, वेयर इन सेक्शन 500 इसको स्ट्रिक्टली मना करता है. दैट मीन्स ऑथर एक ट्रेल ऑफ इवेंट्स बता रहा है कि मोस्टली इन ग्राउंड रियलिटी पुलिस ऑफिसर्स आर नॉट इन द हैबिट ऑफ फॉलोइंग लॉ. They think the law on paper and the law in practice is completely different and they practice their own version of the law. That is what the author is trying to highlight. अब यहाँ से the author will give suggestions, right? Current hearing may result in direction to states and the police for appropriate advisories to both station house officers and magistrates. अब ये बोल रहा है कि the question right now is to disseminate, to spread this information कि जितना भी changes है, you make it a duty that you provide the station house officers, the magistrates, the police chiefs, the directorates of prosecution, all of these people, the people in charge, the big people, right, they should take this responsibility, they should take this onus and convey to the lower courts and investigators all important judgments. And जो police stations and police officers हैं, tell them the changed judgments, tell them the progress, and that's how practices will actually show a change, right? तो ये पूरा passage from the first line to the last line is talking about how law on paper and law in reality are different, and therefore जो वो बीच में gap है, which is the amendments and the new judgments that take place, the precedents that are taking place, and the people who are unaware but who are practicing that law, who are disseminating that law into people, into common man, right? That gap should be filled by what? By imparting knowledge and awareness to those people who are on ground living that law, so that ऐसी गलतियां और ऐसी shocking state of affairs does not happen daily. It does not become a daily thing, right? Now let's move on to the questions. So the first question is talking about, now remember question STEM पढ़ के always highlight the operative part, जो part आपको question options को eliminate करने में और options को answer करने में help करेगा. So the first question is talking about the plausible explanation for this statement. Now एक statement आपको दे दिया गया है, which is that it is not difficult to surmise that police officers who receive complaints and register them as FIR may not be aware, though one cannot rule out the instances of them being invoked deliberately as a tool of harassment. So this line is telling us two things. First, कि police officers who are receiving complaints may not be aware. So the first thing is they are not aware, but the second thing is they might use it as a tool of harassment. तो दो चीज़ें cover हो रही हैं. तो explanation would be any option that tackles both the points. कोई भी explanation, plausible explanation is जो simplify कर सके, इसका मतलब जो उसको घुमा के बताया गया है उसको simplify कर दे. तो जो भी point इन दोनों points को capture करेगा, that would be the correct option. So the first option is telling us that police officers are not up to date with judgments and cannot be expected to keep up. Now wherein ये first point को, जो कि first है, इसको satisfy कर रहा है, ये second को नहीं कर रहा है. For those reasons this cannot be our correct option, क्योंकि ये आधा part explain कर रहा है. Second, it is true that police officers are prone to registering FIRs based on complaints as they are unaware of the reform law. Correct, one part is explained. But that does not mean that they cannot use this fact, that they are oblivious, as a tool to persecute people. Now persecute is another way of being the sole judge of the law. अगर आप persecute कर रहे हो, यानी you're telling people कि ये, you're judging people that this person is accused and this person is guilty and this person is innocent. तो police officer ये नहीं कर सकता. By way of this section 66A, they were trying to do that. They were trying to harass, and they are oblivious का मतलब that they are innocent of not knowing the law. But क्योंकि ये option दोनों को assess कर रहा है, दोनों points को cover कर रहा है, this can be the right option. Option C, harassing the person filing the FIR has a huge possibility because 66A is vague, violative, and it is a well-known fact. अब अगर well-known fact है, तो first of all एक तो ये ऑप्शन दोनों चीज़ों को कवर नहीं कर रहा, that they might not know it genuinely or they might deliberately try to use it to harass. ये एक तो this is not the right option because of those facts, and also well known fact नहीं है. अगर ये well known fact होता तो people would have known about this and they wouldn't have been in the state कि वो कौन हो जाए at the hands of police officers. So this cannot be the right option. By judgments that have reversed the effect of 66A, it becomes clear that police officers use this ignorance to shield themselves. Therefore, FIR so filed are bogus. Now, A और D दोनों, अगर ऑप्शन एक होता both A and D का, तो that would have been correct, क्योंकि D आधा पार्ट बता रहा है और इसका आधा A बता रहा है. बट क्योंकि इन दोनों के लिए कोई ऑप्शन नहीं है, for those reasons our correct option is option B. Then we move on to Question 2, the primary purpose of the argument, the conclusion drawn by the author, the main idea of the author, right? So first option, tracing the contours of the judgments. Contours yani the boundaries, the big points, the macro points of the judgments that have reformed the laws on paper while showing कि laws in spirit alive हैं. That is what I'm talking about since we started discussing this passage. कि एक gap है between what has been reformed on paper and what is happening in practice. So this passage is tracing those boundaries, tracing those gaps. And the next part reads, educating these officers about recent judgments can aid this issue. So this actually covers the entire idea that is given in the passage. So this can be the right option. Now, second option, 66A is a draconian law. That means it's a very old and very strict and obsolete law that is still being practiced by police in every nook and corner of the country. This is correct, but it does not capture the main idea क्योंकि सिर्फ 66A के बारे में the passage is not trying to tell us. The objective is much wider. That is also supported by the fact कि section 500 की बात भी कही गई है later on. So B is incomplete, does not capture the full spirit. Free speech is violated by section 66A. This is just being taken as a fact. This is not the whole purpose of the passage. No number of progressive judgments and petitions have relieved the chaos. The chaos that is caused by section 66A and other old laws. In practicality, police department unaware है and no steps have been taken in so far. ये क्यों primary purpose नहीं है? Because there has been no mention कि no steps have been taken. Right, we haven't been informed कि अभी तक एक भी step नहीं लिया गया है. So this is going beyond the premises, beyond the boundaries of the essay. So therefore ये भी correct नहीं है. So by those reasons हमारा correct option question 2 का option A है. So let's move on to question number 3. This question is now talking about कि ये statement जो given है, what is it contributing? तो यहाँ पे you have to use all the critical reasoning tools that you've been learning, which is कि ये question, ये statement assumption है, supporting fact है, conclusion है, inference है, क्या role play कर रहा है ये stimulus में, that we have to discover. तो ऑप्शंस में यू कैन ऑलरेडी सी अजम्पशन हमेशा अनसेड पार्ट ऑफ द पैसेज होता है. वी हैव लर्न दिस टाइम एंड अगेन. तो अगर इट इज़ इम्प्लिसिट इन द पैसेज, इट इज़ गिवन इन द पैसेज लाइक अ फैक्ट, देन वो अजम्पशन नहीं हो सकता. सो दिस कैन नॉट बी द राइट ऑप्शन. देन सेकेंड ऑप्शन इज टेलिंग अस कि एग्जाम्प्लिफिकेशन है ये मेन आइडिया का, विच इज़ 66A जो कि प्रैक्टिस में है. पर ये जो argument है in the question is talking about a completely different thing. It's talking about section 500. तो ये exemplification of 66 in practice उसका नहीं हो सकता. Then it is a supporting fact. Now this is the correct option क्योंकि ये उस fact को support कर रहा है कि law on paper and law in practice are complete different things, right? And then we move on to question 4 कि क्या आप इस passage से infer कर सकते हैं. What can you read between the lines? What can you conclude from the passage? So 66A does not concern messages by way of post and letters. This is very easily inferred. Then prevalence of section 66A long after its striking down does not often happen to legal provisions. ये क्यों infer कर सकते हैं हम? क्योंकि it is talked about कि ये एक shocking state of affairs है. अगर एक shocking state of affairs है मतलब ये commonly नहीं होता in everyday life. Then it is expected of the police department to circulate updated laws and judgments among its officers. This also we can infer because the whole passage is around the hue and cry जो कि develop हो रहा है कि why is this happening कि police departments aware नहीं है. यानी कि we have to infer कि ये common practice होनी चाहिए कि whatever judgment and whatever amendment is taking place, the officers, the ground level people working on it have to be aware about it, right? So police departments expected है कि वो circulate करे among its law officials, right? So the answer is D for the reason कि सारे ही correct inferences हैं. Now question 5 is asking us कि current status क्या है of this act. We know कि it is unconstitutional given in the passage. We know it's invalid. So therefore the correct option is option C. Invalid यहाँ पर दिया गया है एंड अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल भी यहाँ पर स्ट्रेट अवे मेंशन है. So that brings us towards the end of the video. I hope this video made the questions and the explanations clear. Thank you.